Howdy folks, I'm Southern Wolf of Southern Wolf Studios. It's October, and that means it's time for a month of horror and death. So that's why we're playing Higurashi When They Cry. Now, I know this game is a psychological horror story. It's just a complete and total bloodbath. Now, I haven't been spoiled to the anime, so I'm very interested to see what's going to happen.
Howdy folks, this is Future Wolf. Don't be scared that you can't see me, and pardon me if I sound a little bit sick. One thing that Past Me forgot to mention is that Higurashi will be leading up to a 12-hour live stream on my Twitch channel. There'll be a link in the description below, starting on October 31st, 5 p.m. CDT. If you have any suggestions that you'd like to see me play a game, then drop me a comment. Now let's let Past Wolf get back to it.
What the hell was that? Ugh. Now, Higurashi is going to be getting 2 episodes a week on Mondays and Thursdays. Ace Academy is going to be moving to Tuesdays and Fridays, and Samurai of Hyuga is going to be every other Wednesday. Hopefully I'll be able to keep that up. Now, I will continue these on afterwards if we're not able to get through them, but I'm thinking with Higurashi When They Cry, these will be longer episodes than, say, Ace Academy. I like to try to keep a lot of the episodes about 20 minutes, but I think with Higurashi, it's probably going to be a little bit longer than that. So with that, let's get into Higurashi When They Cry. Chapter 1, Onikakushi. Welcome to the world of Higurashi When They Cry. The Onikakushi arc is the opening that invites you into this world. Don't play tough, please. Just enjoy the life in Hinamizawa to the fullest. The difficulty is extremely high, but I hope you enjoy the reward. Let's get into it. Oh, that's creepy. Please do not lament. I will forgive you, even if the world will not forgive you. Please do not lament. I will forgive you, even if you will not forgive the world. So please tell me, what will it take for you to forgive me? Ugh. If I was going to be ripped apart anyways, having my body ripped apart would have been far better. I trusted her. No, I still trust her. Even in this very moment I trust her. But I'm starting to realize I only wanted to trust her because I refused to accept the truth. It was as if I was trying to convince myself with such a silly, sobbing voice. And those tears were making a mess of my... Okay. That mechanical repetitious sound finally stayed still, and everything fell silent. Only the sound of cicadas remained annoyingly loud, and yet I felt as if I could still hear her voice. But that's not possible. She's no longer speaking. The only one crying is me. She never cried. Even when she repeated those words over and over, she never expressed any emotion because there was none to show. If she had no tears to shed for me, then I shouldn't need to shed any for her. Then why this pain? My eyes are getting moist. Why is this happening? I still wanted to believe I hadn't been split apart. That's enough, right? Inside me, an inner voice whispered gently, my spirit has suffered enough. And countless times I waved over whether I should just batter the thing away, except I stubbornly refused. I'd feel better if I just threw it away. Even knowing I chose to believe, didn't I? Only I can't understand the painful struggle and appreciate it. Hey, me. I've tried more than enough. I acknowledge that much. So isn't it right just to take the easy way out? Besides, I'm not throwing it away. I'm leaving it behind, with her. Like flowers at a grave. Now then, calm your nerves. Even though you can't feel your arm, just lift it up. With every swing, forget a little more. That kindness made me happy. That adorable smile brought me joy. I like petting your head. I loved how demure you were. Because this will be the last time. Because I'll swing this down and forget. This is my first and last bouquet for you. Perhaps I really did love you. Higurashi when they cried. That was way too fast for me to try to read, and there's going to be a shit ton of fuck-ups. No, and I got an achievement. Farewell. Well then, let's go to the menu and save real quick, because fuck that. Okay. Somebody has been apologizing for a while now. I wonder what she's apologizing for. It felt wrong to eavesdrop, so I tried to ignore it. It had been a while since the last I went to the city. I only returned to attend the funeral of a relative. Even though I lived there until last month, I found the bustle of the city to be overwhelming. Those skyscrapers and the multi-lane roads. The melodious cacophony of the crosswalk. Even the campaign speeches blaring in front of the station felt nostalgic. The place I live now isn't nearly as lively. There's only the chirp of locusts and the babbling of a brook. And the cry of Higurashi, the evening cicadas. Rather than make me feel lonely, that quietness has begun to instill a sense of serenity. There is nothing where I'm living now. I just don't mean that there aren't any burger joints. There aren't any vending machines. No music stores, no restaurants, no arcades. Even an ice cream parlor would be unlikely. The nearest town has some stuff like that, but it's an hour away by bike. Come to think of it, it really wasn't a big deal. There were music stores and arcades and ice cream parlors, but it wasn't like I ever hung out at any of them. I've lived in the city for 10 years and never once come to an ice cream parlor. I should have gone at least once. It's only that I'm starting to regret that a little. Somebody is still apologizing. Who is she apologizing to? She apologized so much, so just forgive her already. There's no reason anyone should ever need to apologize so much. I started to feel a bit annoyed at whoever was refusing to forgive her. No matter how bad the mistake, there's nothing that can't be forgiven. There's no such thing as an irreparable mistake. You just need to be more careful next time. She's still apologizing, even now. Then, has she really done something that can't be fixed? I have no idea what she's done, but if it can't be fixed, then that's all the more reason to forgive her. No matter how much she apologizes, nothing will change. But even so, she keeps apologizing in such a heartbreaking voice. Hey, you, the one she's apologizing to. Why don't you just go ahead and forgive her? She's apologizing in such a pathetic voice. Keiichi, we're almost there. Wake up. I was finally aroused from a nap by my father's prodding. It seemed the train had reached its final stop. Oh, it looks like they got it like a real picture and then put a bunch of filters on it. I like that. We spent hours riding everything from the bullet train to the local routes. It was hard to believe that the landscape beyond the window and the city I was in half a day ago were the same country. No, that they were even from the same era. From there, we take a car deeper into the mountains. Past where the dense forest encroaching on the mountain road suddenly opened up. There, where I live now, Hinamizawa. Even though we're approaching summer, the morning air still had a frigid bite. Although in exchange you could fill your lungs up with crisp, clean air. Flipping open the window, I was greeted with a verdant expanse. Nothing but trees. The neighbor's house was far away on the other side, so I was probably the only one enjoying the view and that air. I filled my lungs with another deep breath. Ever since I started living in Hinamizawa, I learned that even air had its own taste. I quickly finished getting ready for school and headed downstairs for breakfast. My mother was the only one there. My father was nowhere to be seen. He was probably up working until the early morning. Dad had a rather unconventional job as a painter. It's such a laid-back profession. Get up when you want, sleep when you want, and work when you want. I was so jealous of that easygoing lifestyle. I even wrote for school that I wanted to be a painter when I grew up. Dad was ecstatic about that. It was just because it looked easy. I never tell him that though. Mom laid breakfast out on the table. Seaweed, pickled vegetables, raw egg, and grilled salmon. Mom was such a good cook, it was scary. A perfect, immaculate, ideal breakfast. Unlike my dad, who didn't even know the meaning of the word schedule, my mom never squandered any time or effort. She hummed a little tune as she brought over the miso soup. It seems as if she was in a good mood today. I'm so happy you've been waking up early since we moved here, Keiichi. If I didn't wake up early, I wouldn't have time to eat breakfast. I thought I was going to be cute, responding with a wisecrack after being praised for being good. Full bowl of rice, or will half be enough? Pile it on. First I savored the steaming hot rice with the seaweed. After that I covered it with the egg. Between the bites of rice I enjoyed the crunch of the pickles. Not bad at all. Excellent as usual. Watching me clean my plate, my mom gave me a warm smile. I'm so happy that you haven't skipped breakfast ever since we moved here, Keiichi. I was not a morning person when I lived in the city. I slept right through until the last minute before school and rarely ate breakfast. Boycotting the breakfast Mom made each morning, that was probably the only way I could protest being forced to attend a cram school. I guess that's what you'd call my rebellious phase. I wouldn't so much as look at the breakfast she woke up early every day to make. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself. Mindful of the time, Mom rushes me along with a wide grin. Isn't it about time that you go meet up with Rina-chan? Hurry, hurry. Mom really seemed to enjoy the fact that her son was going to school with a girl. Rina's one of my classmates. She really loves looking after people, coming to meetings every day without fail. The only way I looked at it, a guy my age walking to school with a girl is just lame. But well, keeping a classmate waiting for me every day wouldn't be very considerate. Seriously though, how long does Rina wait there for me every morning? Taking one last gulp of miso soup, I raced out the door. Please and thank Rina-chan for the pickles. Come to think of it, those pickles weren't store-bought, were they? If I'd known that, I'd savor them a bit more. Morning. Oh, there we go. Keiichi-kun. Good morning. Her cheerful greeting was as fresh as the morning itself. You're always so early. You should try sleeping in sometime. If I sleep in, I'll keep you waiting. She's so considerate and such a good person. If that ever happens, I'll just leave you behind. Keiichi-kun, you're so cold. I wait for you all the time. I'll leave you in the dust, without looking back. Why are you so mean? Why? Rina had a slight troubled look on her face. Toying with her was rather fun because of how quickly her mood changed. I'm kidding, I'd wait for you. With those words, Rina seemed to relax. Her face flushed bright red. Thank you. I'd wait forever until you came, Rina. I swear to God I'm 5 years old sometimes. Forever. Oh, that was creepy. Rena turned bright red, steam rising from her head as if her brain short-circuited. She's especially weak to this sort of talk. It's quite rare to find someone this fun to tease. Have you ever read romance novels, Rena? Huh? I haven't. Never read any before. From that response, I gathered that she was interested in them, but was too embarrassed to actually buy one. I couldn't imagine what would happen if she read one. She'd probably turn red and pass out. Oh yeah, message from Mom. She says thanks for the pickles. It was nothing, you're welcome. How were they? Not too salty? They weren't that salty. Actually, they had a pretty light flavor to them. It would have been fine just to be honest and say that they were good, but apparently I couldn't be that forthright. I'd like to ask you something before that. Were you the one that pickled them, Rena? Or was it your mom? Huh? Why do you ask? Were they too salty? Her attitude completely changed as she began to panic frantically. Was it you, Rena? Or was it your mom? Why are you asking who made them? Why? Depending on who made them, my opinion of them might change drastically. Huh? She counted frantically on her fingers, trying to remember the amount of salt she had used to pickle them. It wasn't like I was trying to tease her, but I couldn't stop myself. Guys who take pleasure in this kind of thing are probably the worst. Guys like me. Rena nervously opened and closed her mouth over and over, trying to muster a response. It was me. Delicious. Huh? Pretty good, just like the last ones. They went perfect with the rice. Her face went bright red again. She's completely spacing out. It's truly a lot of fun to tease her. I pray Rena never gets taken advantage of by some lowlife. Keep at it, Rena. I'll train you until you can handle it like the average person. Or so I decided for myself. Let's go. If we keep Mayan waiting, we'll never hear the end of it. Seeing as she just keeps spacing out otherwise, I call Rena back to reality so we can make our way to school. This strange, easily flustered girl is Rena Ryugu. I've only known her about a month, but I've come to realize it's just not her name that's strange. Mi-chan, good morning! Coming up to the next rendezvous point, we saw another person waiting for us. Noticing us, she waved. Finally! You two are late. Usually you're the one that's late. In sharp contrast to the diligent Rena, this one marched to the beat of her own drum. She's Mayan Sonozaki. For what it's worth, she's our senior and head of the class. Morning, Rena. And it's been a while, K-chan. How many years? I was only off 2 days. You don't say. You were much cuter back then. Mia's gaze started at my chest and dropped straight down, focusing on the point between my legs. Whoa! What? So she was saying that my crotch was cuter back then. Before you ask, just to be clear, I've never actually tried showing it to her. I've grown quite splendidly. You'd be surprised. Not only is he bigger, but oh god. Okay. Not only is he bigger, but he has a little mustache now. God damn it. Being so engorged with energy every morning is quite a problem, though. I'll introduce you next time, so be sure to greet him properly. Don't say next time. Right now it's just fine. How about letting the little guy get a breath of fresh air? I don't think I've ever heard you talk so dirty. You could smell it fouling up the morning air before. Mayan sure does act like an old man sometimes. Gotcha. Time for the big reveal. Hope you don't regret it. As my hand reaches for my fly, Rena begins to ramble in near panic. Hey, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Red-faced and flustered, Rena tries to play dumb, but it's obvious she knows exactly what we were talking about. How was it? Wait, what? Seeing the city again. God damn, it's gonna drop those all the way through. This has some weird spacing. Mion switched gears, dropping the dirty talk and changed the topic to something a bit more befitting of a pleasant morning. I only went for a funeral. I didn't have much time. So yeah, did you look for it? That thing I asked for. You're not listening. At all. I just came back from a funeral. I didn't have any time to look around in toy stores. Toy stores and hobby shops are completely different, you know. It's really difficult to get Western stuff around here after all. Is it about the game again, Mi-chan? Mion nodded proudly as Rena giggled. Yep, I want K-chan to bring me back a Westport catalog, you see. Westport was short for Western Import Games. Using that abbreviation did make it sound pretty geeky. You can just get them to send you one in the mail, can't you? Well, I guess I have to now. I'm going to get another full game of hot action. This time, I'd like a game that's easy to understand. Mion is a board and cards game enthusiast, and I hear she's collected quite a lot of different ones. According to Rena, Mion's room has kind of become a museum to domestic and foreign games. If there's a game you think you'd understand, let me play too. Heh, of course. If K-chan is up for it, I should warn you though, we're pretty tough. Just what I want. I play all sorts of games, I don't intend to lose. Whoa. Then we'll let you in the group this time, I guess. Bristling with joy from head to toe, Rena looks back and forth between me and Mion. Mion gave an affirmative wink and her expression perked up even further. I thought boys preferred playing outside more, so I figured you wouldn't want to. Rena laughed happily. From such a friendly conversation, you wouldn't think that I moved here less than a month ago. I understood that they did all they could to make a transfer student like me feel at home. I have to try harder to fit in, so that they won't feel like they have to try to make me feel welcome. I felt like if I acted a bit more open than I usually am, I should probably be about right for this place. Hinamizawa was a really small village. Not only was there only one school, but there was only one class. Holy shit, that's tiny. That class encompasses all different grades and ages. There's about 30 students in different levels, and they're all studying in the same class. I'm told that long ago there used to be a bigger school building, and they actually had separated classes. However, it seems something happened that made the school become a single class, and now it stayed that way out of tradition. I was shocked at first, but humans adapt pretty quickly. I've already gotten quite used to it. The sound of children playing started right from the morning. With such a lively mood, it felt more like a kindergarten than a proper school. Not that that was a bad thing. Mon, who had been walking in front of us up until then, suddenly let me take the lead. Right in front of the classroom door. So I was meant to slide the door open and enter the room first. Heh. Too bad, I wasn't gonna fall for that one again. To think you'd give up the lead here. You meant this to be a test of my skills.